Welcome to LC Screen Talk. My name is Larry, and this is my review of The Jungle Book. So Disney continues to release their live-action versions of classic cartoon fairy tales, and I think The Jungle Book just might be the best one yet. So there are a barrage of things to like about The Jungle Book. First of all, the visuals. I think there are a few flaws in the animals' faces, especially when we get in real close on them and watch them speak and talk and interact. You're like, oh, this definitely looks like a CGI animal now. But when we're looking at the landscapes, I can't imagine that this is on a soundstage and that we're not actually out in the jungle. It looks so amazing. And the animals, when they're running and when we're not just looking straight in at their face talking, they also look amazing. The fur, the movements are so good. Everything about them in action is wonderful. Not to mention, they are voiced wonderfully as well. This voice cast was so fantastic. Bill Murray makes a wonderful Baloo, as I think we all imagined. Ben Kingsley is a wonderful Bagheera, again, as we all imagined. Christopher Walken as King Louie, fantastic. Scarlett Johansson I really liked as Kaa the snake. And then we have Lupita Nyong'o as the Mama Wolf, and she was also very good. I think she might be the weakest, but the undisputed highlight, best voice performance goes to Idris Elba. His strong, distinct voice worked so perfectly as Shere Khan. He brought menace, power, and regalness to this wonderful tiger. I loved his Shere Khan, and really it was such a delight every single time he came on to the screen. But I also want to give props to Mowgli, Neil Sethi. I think he was very, very good. He's a young, up-and-coming Indian actor, and I thought he was fantastic in this movie. He made a great Mowgli, and this Mowgli actually was much less annoying than the Mowgli from the original animated film from Disney. And that's where I really want to give props to Jon Favreau and just Disney in general, because they stay true to these characters, to who they are as characters, to the original story as a whole. But they made updates, they made changes, most of which I found to be very strong. One of which is Mowgli. He's much more turned down and more realistic. It's not just such an annoying, bratty kid. And that goes with the entire theme of the movie. It's all darkened up a bit. It's all reined in. We don't have the cartoony dances and all of that jazz, which I don't know if it'll rub people the wrong way or not, but I seem to enjoy the more realistic approach. If you're going to make these animals look so realistic, move so realistic, interact, behave all so realistic, then, we have to make the entire movie more realistic as well. But we also had more of a focus on Mowgli and his family. We actually interacted with the wolf pack this time. The original movie, we hardly spent time with these wolves that raised this young man cub. And it was so nice to see them here. I also just love seeing all of the different animals. They all come together. We get to see so many different things. And part of it did feel like Disney being like, look what we can do, other studios. Look how great our CG technology has come along. But it just is so fun to see them all interacting. Also, I loved the renditions of Bare Necessities and I Want to Be Like You. I thought Bill Murray and Christopher Walken injected themselves into it perfectly, and it was just fun. And I'm glad to see Disney reincorporating the music from their famous animated versions into the new live-action versions as well, because that's something we've really been missing from these live-action films. If I were to critique the movie on something other than just the animals' faces looking a little cartoony sometimes, for one is King Louie's size. He was just so enormous. I mean, he's bigger than Baloo. So, you want the orangutan to be king size, to be Louie, but he was just too big. It was so impractical. If someone saw an orangutan that huge in the wild, you would probably pass out right there. Maybe even die from a heart attack because it was just so ginormous. But also, I think this movie may be a little bit dark for kids. I think it gets scary for really young audiences. And what's really weird is it was much darker than Maleficent, and that was a story focusing on a villain. In this movie, we go really dark. There is a death, an on-screen death in this movie. I'm not going to go any further than that, but know that this villain gets real. But overall, personally, I loved the darker tone. It all just looked so amazing. I can't recommend going out to see The Jungle Book on a huge screen enough. It not only warrants the full price ticket, but it warrants even a premium ticket to see it on IMAX, see it in 3D. Just see it on the biggest screen you can find. So, that has been my review of The Jungle Book. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead, click like down below and subscribe to the channel so you are always up to date on our latest videos. Also, join in on the discussion. Are you excited to see The Jungle Book? Have you seen it? And if you have, what are your thoughts? Let me know either in the comment section down below or hit me up on Twitter. I love you all so much for your support. Mwah! Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!